I think we've got a minute to go for the market open, and it's a flat start on the Nifty, which essentially means that there may be some attempts at recoveries. Broader markets, of course, in any case, over the last 2 days, 3 days, has stopped. I mean, there are enough stocks which are going down, but volumes are on stocks which are rising, and that is always an important signal to pay attention to. Mid-cap index is down about a quarter. The small-cap index will come up on your screen. And there also is absolutely flat. You know, one of the interesting things I've noticed from many that we speak with is generally the consensus seems to be converging around the fact that, well, there is perhaps a bounce which is due. I mean, markets have been oversold for a while and there'll be a bounce. But almost a near consensus that, well, this is a temporary bounce and then there will be another big fall. You know, but that is now getting to a bit of a consensus kind of zone. And consensus is usually not always right. I mean, it's actually rarely right. So we'll have to see. It reminds me of 2020 when that first wave down happened, markets rebounded, and everybody kept waiting for the second sort of sell-off, which never happened. Of course, the sell-off has been nothing to that magnitude, but just from the recent history linking what has happened. Well, what do we have? First rates coming through, 22,120. We're up about 0.18, 0.16%. Nifty Bank is absolutely flat. Okay, slightly higher, 0.4 higher. 48,400 is where that is. And the Sensex is up about 0.2. Mid-cap index is up about 0.25%. And, you know, it's almost equal up and down on the Nifty. The heat map is, it appears on your screen. Equal number of stocks up and down. 22,150 on the screen, about 60 points in the green, and more up than down in the broader markets, although it's very, very early with stocks still opening up. Surbhi.
This is looking good, not bad at all. Power Grid, 2.5% up. Mahindra and Mahindra, 2% higher. HCL Tech, Infosys are some of the IT names, even Tech Mahindra and Wipro. So IT is having a good start to the morning, you'd have to say, between 0.75% to almost 2.5%, depending on the stocks you're looking at. There is Hindalco, there's ICICI Bank that I can see early up. The Bank Nifty is up about 0.25%. Let's check the other banks as well. ICICI is up for sure. SBI is managing a gain of just under 1%. And HDFC Bank, okay, that's the one that's sulking a little bit. It's still down. Otherwise, Indices is also positive. Kotak is slightly negative. So some up, some down for banks. Speaking of the downs, let's see what's exerting that downside pressure. Bajaj Finance and Finserv, very marked sort of selling on these stocks early into the morning. 2.5% down on Finance and about 1.5% down on Finserv. Tata Consumers, Sun Pharma, Cipla, SBI Life, Dr. Reddy's, Nestle. So the sense you get is FMCG Pharma not in favor today. These are stocks that have opened lower, but otherwise it's not too bad. Let's look at Reliance and L&T to cap it off. Reliance is managing some gain for now, and L&T is slightly negative. But otherwise, it seems IT is taking things higher this morning.
Well, and BSE is the big casualty this morning. NSE is taking the fight to BSE. It seems they've gone ahead and changed the expiry days. Well, just take a look at that stock. It's down 6.5%, so big downtick. So on the downside, the stock of the day is BSE, and on the upside, it's Coforge that's doing well. But crude oil prices have cooled off. And from an India macro perspective, that's a big tailwind for us. And some of these OMCs, they saw a big rally yesterday. They're building on to those gains. HPCL is higher in today's trading session. The OMCs, not the oil producers, but the OMCs. So HPCL is up close to around 3%. Pull up BPCL as well as IOC. Both of them, I think, have opened up well in the green. Canfin Homes from some of those financial companies, well, that's down close to around 3%. But BSE now down close to around 7.5%. So big downtick is what we're seeing on that particular name. Stocks that are doing well, RVNL, that was one of the noted gainers today because they won an order. Welspun Specialty Steel as well. You know, that's a smaller company that's looking to raise money via the rights issue. There's an order win as well of more than 200 crores from BHEL. So that's why that stock as well has opened up well in the green as we speak. Welspun Specialty Steel, I think that should come up for you on the screen. Cigniti Tech, that's another one that's up close to around 6.5%. One of those stocks that's down close to around 20% in this year. So a bit of an up move is what we're seeing. Decent looking screen, guys. 3 stocks advancing for 1 stock that's declining. I don't think you can ask for more after what you've seen in the last many trading sessions.
As well, just adding to your list, with the Tops acquisition, for which they're spending around 600 crores. Right now, stocks up about 4%.
Absolutely. Since it's all about sort of global stuff and global macros, and that's the Nifty, by the way, so still holding on with about a 60-odd point pop at this stage. And, we will, of course, continue to track what's happening as far as individual names, etc. is concerned. Let me just take a look at, in the broader space, if there's anything else which is coming up, which we've not addressed so far. By the way, market breadth is now 1,400 up and 600 lower. So it's firmly on the way up, with more up than down. So that's the situation. Actually, you've got enough and more action. And out of the gates, decent volumes on the upside, as I've been pointing out for the last couple of days. Lots of names with 2, 3, 4%, well-traded, well-owned names with decent-sized volumes coming through right now. BSE, I think, as both Nigel Surabhi mentioned, 8%. That's the biggest volume-led cut right now. And, of course, it's followed by Bajaj Finance, which is at number 2 with the volume, second largest volumes. So 2.6% lower on Bajaj Finance. You can look at maybe a Bajaj Finserv, which is down 2. Policy Bazaar is down 1.5. Chola Finance, Granules. So these are some of the other names which are coming up. MCX is another one. MCX is down about 1% or so as well. So 45, 66.